When I was finishing high school, I was interested in international relations. So as I was poking around, Trinity Western was one of the names that came up. There was this program in Ottawa, the Laurentian Leadership Center, which seemed like a good way to kind of wrap up studies and bridge into a job coming out of the university. I graduated from Trinity April 2010. That fall, went to the Laurentian Leadership Center in Ottawa. I worked for the Canadian Red Cross there in the group that was responsible for international humanitarian law, did some policy work there. Over the course of that semester, decided that I'd like to stay in Ottawa, so I got a job in the Prime Minister's office. I was there for 2 years doing different, more senior positions. I then became the Director of Budget Planning, which meant that I was responsible for the federal budget for that year. When the opportunity arose to go work in the government, then it was a bit of a no-brainer for me to do that. I've just been so fortunate to first have a good education, then work with good people, and then end up in jobs where I can do things that I really enjoy. And you know, the same thing applies to my current job. I currently work for the Bank of Nova Scotia, otherwise Nova Scotia Bank, and I work on a small team that supports the president and CEO of the bank. You know, it's not just numbers on a page or, you know, what the markets are doing this day or that. It's about what we're doing for actual people. And it's really important to economies, you know, not only here, Scotiabank is big in Latin America as well. And so we're able to take some of the stuff that we've learned here in Canada and transplant it down to some economies that aren't as developed as ours. Helping people come into the formal economy and build their lives, be successful, have a future for their children. So it's interesting work and it's also rewarding work. Frame of reference is that there's always something bigger than you going on, and you might be fortunate to have this piece of whatever story you're part of or whatever initiative you're part of, but it's just such a small little piece in comparison to everything else. And Trinity was a great place to look at things that I'd previously taken for granted and consider what they actually mean and how they apply to kind of day-to-day life. And that's been a pretty important part of how I've, again, had made decisions in my career and the kinds of things that I've done. It's actually 100% based on you know, helping people through whatever it is that they need.